Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the current conditions, diving into the upcoming pattern, and taking a look at that upcoming severe weather. Let's get straight into things. As you can hear, I'm sounding a little bit better, still not 100%, but I should be in business now. I should be able to just keep getting better every single day until I'm back to normal, which is very exciting to think about. Now, we do have some showery activity up here in the northwestern corner of the United States. There is some activity down here in the southern United States, southeastern United States, but it's quite minor. And really the biggest concern is going to be over the northeastern corner of the country actually today. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll zoom in. We'll take a look at that on the model guidance and the Storm Prediction Center. So we'll be taking a deep dive into that. Let's take a look first off at the Pacific Northwest like we always do. We can see that there is just this activity in here taking place, especially Washington, somewhat of Oregon as well. It's just a little bit of a drizzly morning for sure for you guys. We can see out here as we make our way up here to the northern Rockies, we do have some rain showers taking place, pretty sporadic here. This is interesting. Snow is basically becoming a thing of the past. We're coming to an end as far as snowfall is concerned. Really, really interesting to say the least. We've really taken a quick transition from winter straight into summer for a lot of folks. We see that there is this showery activity up here for states like Texas there, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi. We're seeing some of these showers ongoing. Of course, Florida, kind of seeing some sporadic showers at times and isolated thunderstorms. Nothing unusual for them. Let's just move up to the northeast now. And this is going to be our biggest concern is in this region here for that severe weather. We have a slight risk for most of these areas and then an enhanced risk for some of the areas in here. We'll be taking a deep dive into that later on, so stay tuned for that. But that is associated with this activity up here. And we're going to have to see how this ends up playing through. But it seems like a pretty big severe weather day is on the way today for these folks up here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on. And we're going to take a look at the modeled guidance. We're just going to break that all the way down. And then we're going to go ahead and take a deep dive into the severe weather as well. All right, now here is the simulated radar. Let's just keep moving on with this. I want to move this towards this afternoon. We see this activity really build in up here for the northeastern United States. That is going to be that severe weather threat. We also see some showery activity continuing up there for the northwest. And our jet stream is doing about like this. So we see pretty warm along the eastern seaboard. A little cooler probably up here for the upper Midwest and especially up here in southern Canada. And then a little bit warmer up here for the Rockies. Probably is where the biggest ridge is at this point. Also, New England is probably quite warm and quite pleasant at this point. That's going to be this afternoon, Monday, May 16th. Let's go ahead and move this on. We see this reaches the coast by about 11 p.m. We see a lot of this activity, or better yet, it's kind of hard to draw it perfectly, but we see that activity in there later this evening. Let's continue this. Tuesday, we see the jet stream is doing about just like this. So we see probably some cooler air for the East Coast for Tuesday. Warmer air here, especially the more central you go in the United States. A little cooler up here for the Northwest. That is the look by that point. By the time we reach Wednesday, everybody should be basically warmer than normal, I would say. This is when we get a little torchy in the pattern, which basically just means warm from coast to coast. We do see a pretty major storm system up there for Western Canada. That does impact the Pacific Northwest there with some rainfall and potential snowfall a little bit later on. We see for Thursday the storminess up here in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley kind of continues there. We see this snowfall in here, pretty major storm system taking place. This is Thursday, May 19th. For Thursday evening into Friday, we see a 989 millibar low pressure center there with a cold front trying to come down. We see the cold air just like this in the ridge over here. So that cold front is trying to pull this cold air this way. And this could lead towards some severe weather here for the central United States. And we're going to see that dive down south. By Friday evening, look at the activity. It's all in here. We see very cold air diving into the central United States. Jet stream is doing about like this. Very warm by this weekend for the eastern United States out ahead of that cold front. Also still very warm for the west coast. It's mostly these areas in between that are dealing with the colder air right there. Then for Saturday, we see a lot of this activity from the Gulf Coast all the way up to Canada along that cold front there, and that's going to be pulling down this colder air that's bottled up for this region. Then by Sunday, we see this reaching the coast here. Could bring some severe weather, some thunderstorm activity, And ultimately, it's going to bring colder air behind it because the jet stream looks about like this by this point. So the East Coast gets cooled down again by Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be May 23rd, May 24th time frame. We should see a cool down here for the eastern United States. We get a bit of a warm up there as we approach midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, and we get another storm system moving southward by the end of the model run, and that should be bringing some more storminess and likely more cold air with it as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the total precipitation real quickly. And we're not expecting quite as much as we were in a couple weeks ago. If you're anywhere in the grays, you're expecting about 0.1 or less inches of precipitation total. Greens are going to be 0.1 to 0.5 inches of precipitation total. Blues will be 0.5 to an inch of precipitation total. Yellows will be an inch to 2 inches. Reds will be 2 to 5 inches. And then browns will be 5 to 10 inches of precipitation. Let's take a look at the total snowfall real quickly here. And if you're anywhere in the grays, you're looking at a dusting. If anything, blues will be 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. Purples will be 6 to 10. And then your pinks there will be your 10 to 20 inches of snowfall. You could tell that this is significantly receded even just since about a week ago, and that is just because we're very rapidly approaching the summertime, and we're basically going to see this become almost nothing by the time we're reaching June time frame, or at least that's usually how it should go. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at the upcoming temperature pattern. All right, now here we are taking a look at about right now. Let me move towards Monday or today from the time I'm making this video. A little bit torchy, like I mentioned. Most of the warmth here is over the Rockies. We do have a little bit of colder air over the West Coast, a little bit here where the precipitation is, but a little bit torchy. Things are only going to start to look warmer. We see Tuesday here, lots of warmth for the southern United States, especially here. We have some colder air making its way into the northern United States by Tuesday. Wednesday time frame, we can tell that the warmth is doing this. It's trying to move up to the northeastern United States, and it will do that by late this week. Thursday time frame, we can see cold air diving in here to this region, and that's only going to head further southward, and the warmth is going to have to move up just like this. So we'll see that take place Friday. Look at that. Huge trough in the west, huge ridge in the east. Warmest temperatures of the season here for the eastern United States for Friday, May 20th. Lots of this heading in. Saturday, even warmer here for the eastern seaboard, but that cool down is rapidly approaching here just behind it. And then Sunday could be really warm for the coast as well, but it should be cooling. And then we'll have a cool down overhead basically for Monday, where the cool down is mostly centered over this region. Tuesday, Wednesday, we still have some cold air lingering, but we see this warm air mostly for this area, and it is heading a little bit further eastward there. And then we can see by the time we're reaching Thursday time frame, Wednesday, Thursday time frame, we see this is trying to transition back into the eastern United States as this cool down here. This one is probably moving further south there. So that is the upcoming temperature pattern. What we're going to do here is we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at that storm prediction center. All right, now here we are taking a look at that categorical outlook for day one, or Monday, May 16th here. We have multiple areas of severe weather expected. One here for the central United States, where we have a general thunderstorm risk there in the lighter green region. The two darker green regions is our marginal risk of severe weather, where we expect isolated severe weather to take place. And then the yellow area there is our slight risk area, where we expect scattered severe weather to occur. For the eastern United States, we also have that lighter green region for general thunderstorms, the darker green region for a marginal risk of severe weather or isolated severe weather taking place. The yellow area, again, is going to be our slight risk, where we expect scattered severe weather to be possible. And then the orange up there for the mid-Atlantic and the northeast there is where we have an enhanced risk of severe weather, and that's where we expect more widespread severe weather to be possible. Now, here's our individual outlooks, and first things first, we're taking a look at the day one wind outlook, and I'm realizing now that I think they're upgrading it to a moderate risk there in eastern Pennsylvania, because I do see that purple area, which would translate to a moderate risk of severe weather. So we should see that come in by the time the video is uploaded. That should be in place for eastern Pennsylvania. So there is actually a moderate risk of severe weather in there, according to that 45% chance of damaging wind taking place there, which translates to a moderate risk. We do see that there is 3 green regions. That's where we have a 5% chance. This is all based on 25 miles of a given location, by the way. So we have a 5% chance of damaging wind taking place within 25 miles of a given location there within the green. A 15% chance there within the 2 yellow regions. a 30% chance there within the red, and then again a 45% chance there within the purple region. So that is a very high chance of damaging wind taking place. We do have that significant hatched area there for New Mexico and Texas, and that is where we expect especially damaging wind to be possible. For the hail outlook here, we have 4 5% chance areas of hail taking place, and then 2 15% chance areas in the 2 yellow regions of hail taking place. For the tornado outlook here, we have a 2% chance of tornadoes taking place there within the green, and then a 5% chance of tornadoes taking place there within the brown for day 1, which again is Monday, May 16th. For day 2 here, a little bit more mild. We have 3 general thunderstorm risks here within the 3 lighter green regions. We have a marginal risk there within the darker green, where again we expect isolated severe weather to take place. And then the yellow area there is where we have a slight risk of severe weather for Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. And that is where we expect scattered severe weather to be possible on Tuesday. And that's going to be May 17th or day 2. Day 3 here, we have 3 general thunderstorm risks there within the lighter green, and then 1 marginal risk there within the darker green region where isolated severe weather will be possible. Now for the extended outlook, we have quite a bit going on. First off, for day 4, which is going to be Thursday, May 19th, we have a 15% chance of severe weather taking place there within that yellow region, and that is going to translate to a slight risk once it's within days 1, 2, and 3, so we will likely be seeing that taking place. Day 5, which is going to be Friday, May 20th, we have a much larger yellow region that's moving a little bit further southeastward here. It extends from Dallas-Fort Worth all the way up to Michigan there, where we expect at least a slight risk of severe weather to take place within there. And then for day 6, we see this move up into the northeastern United States and portions of the Ohio Valley for Saturday, May 21st. And that will again translate to a slight risk of severe weather. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Let's get straight into our confidence tab, where we are at a 4 out of 6 still. I feel like there's a lot of confusion. There's still a lot going on in the medium to long range. So I'm not ready to go up to a 5 out of 6 yet. For today's patron, highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Craich, James Wade, Dovin Nagel, Laura LePan, Andy Birchville, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Holliman, Alessa Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Cleese also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Finn, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.